Okay, quick market update for February in Millet, Wetaskiwin, and Leduc. But I want to walk you through what actually changed from January because that matters way more than just the numbers. And this is town and city only. I separate acreages because they behave completely different. And also because combining them makes the stats look like they're having a personality crisis. So starting in Wetaskiwin, February was a bit more active than January. We had 10 sales, still sitting in that entry to mid price range, roughly that 200K to low 400K range. Days on market averaged about 49 days, so still that 1 to 2 month window when homes are priced in line with what's actually selling. And honestly, not much has changed here. Wetaskiwin is still a price sensitive market. Homes that are aligned with recent sales are moving, and the ones that are stretching higher are getting comfortable. Now, locally, most of the activity sat in Linalta for February around that 230K to 290K range. Higher end sales are still happening though, like McMurdo hit $419,000, but those are usually the updated move-in ready ones. And on the lower end, old homes are still taking longer, which is not shocking if you've ever walked into one and seen the 1970s still fully intact. So overall, steady, predictable, and still very much an alignment market. All right, Millet. So Millet had one sale in February. So again, it's a small data set. That home sold at $420,000 in just 16 days. And this is exactly how Millet behaves. This is not a volume market, it's a match market. When the right buyer finds the right home, it moves quickly. And when they don't, it just waits patiently. So I don't read this as if things are speeding up. I read this as that one house found its person. Now, Leduc, so definitely more movement here. 43 homes were sold in February, so a noticeable jump in activity compared to January. Average price sat around $503,000, and homes are moving a bit faster, about 42 days on average. So what changed here is pace. Not dramatically, things are moving a bit quicker when they're priced well. Most of the activity for February was in South Fork, newer builds, two-story homes, that $400,000 to $700,000 range. Those homes are moving in that 2 to 5 week window when they're positioned properly. But Leduc is still segmented. You've got smaller, older homes like the 1960s bungalows and the higher end custom builds pushing into the 800,000s. And those do not behave the same way at all. So yes, more activity, but still selective, competitive pricing moves, stretched pricing waits, and it sometimes waits for a while. Across all three areas, February didn't bring anything dramatic. It's still not a frenzy market. It's still not falling apart either. It's still a thinking market. Homes that are aligned are moving in that 30 to 60 day window, and homes that aren't are getting a lot of views and not a lot of offers. So if you're buying, this is still a really workable market. You have time to think, you have time to compare, you're not behind, even if it feels like you are. And if you're selling, the market's giving pretty clear feedback here. Look at what actually sold, not just what your neighbors listed at and swore was realistic. Alignment gets you movement. Optimism without positioning, it extends those timelines. So that's what February actually looked like in Wetaskiwin, Millet, and Leduc. More activity in some areas, but overall still steady, still predictable. And if you're looking at acreages, that's a completely different rhythm and honestly a completely different personality.